Pancho Villa was born in 1878 and died in 1923. He was a leader of the Mexican Revolution. The Mexican government wasn't fair with farmers and workers. He helped the farmers and workers fight for their rights in the Mexican Revolution. He was a hero to many Mexicans, but he was killed. Walter Black invented the car of the future. Pancho Villa saw it, and he asked Walter, "What can that thing do?" Walter said, "It can drive on water, and it uses water instead of gas." Pancho Villa said, "That's awesome. Can I borrow it?" Walter said, "Of course." Pancho Villa borrowed the car. He tried to drive it on the water, but it sank like the Titanic. He brought it back to Walter Black and said, "It doesn't work." Walter Black invented another special machine. Pablo Escobar saw it and asked, "What can that thing do?" Walter told him, "It can combine the DNA of two different animals." Pablo said, "That's fire." Pablo asked, "So you mean it can combine a shark and a tiger?" Walter said, "Yep." "No problem." Pablo was impressed. "That is sick." "A charger," he said. "And it can combine the DNA of an alligator with a polar bear?" he asked. "Absolutely," said Walter. Pablo was really excited. "That's amazing. A polar gator. I want to have these animals in my zoo and I want to watch them fight. Can I borrow it?" Walter thought about it for a minute and then said, "Sure." Pablo took the machine to Median and tried to make a polar gator and a charger, but it didn't work. Instead of making huge, aggressive, scary animals, the machine made small, cute ones. It made a baby chick combined with a puppy, a pucky. And it also made a teddy bear combined with a shark, a snuggle shark. Pablo brought the machine back to Walter and said, "Your machine sucks. It doesn't work." But Pablo didn't bring back the cute animals. He secretly loved them. Before the revolution, Cuba was a place with big farms and businesses, often controlled by people from other countries, especially the USA. People in Cuba were not all happy because some were very rich while many were very poor. Then, in 1959, a big change happened. Fidel Castro and his friends said, "We want to organize Cuba in a different way," and they started using communism. Communism is when the government tries to make everyone equal by controlling businesses and farms. After the revolution, Cuba became friends with Russia, a big country that also liked communism. During a time called the Cold War, Russia and the USA were not getting along, and Cuba was in the middle of this big disagreement. Russia helped Cuba with money and things it needed. But when Russia had big problems and couldn't help anymore, Cuba had a hard time. Plus, there's an embargo from the USA, which means the USA limits trade and business with Cuba. This embargo has made things even harder for Cuba. Cuba is like a country stuck in time because it hasn't changed as much as other places. It still follows the ideas from after the revolution, even though the world around it has changed a lot. That's why when people visit Cuba, they see old cars and buildings from a long time ago. Meanwhile, Walter Black had invented a new government. Fidel Castro and his friends saw it and said, "What can that thing do?" Walter said, "It can make everyone equal." Fidel said, "OMG, that's amazing. Can I borrow it?" Walter said, "Definitely." Fidel borrowed it, but it didn't work. The government had full stomachs, but everyone else had empty stomachs. Fidel brought it back and said, "It's perfect." "How much?" "I'll buy it."